Good morning, everyone. How are you? It's Laurie, and I'm here to do your daily reading for you. Let's start by rolling the Zodiac dice and seeing what we get on it. You've got very strong Libra energy balanced with Sagittarian. Up top, you have some Scorpio energy, and down below, you have the Capricorn. Be fitting, because the Scorpio energy is devil energy, transformation, changes, as well as Capricorn energy. Same type of transformational energy. The Scorpio, I'm getting, hearing some people say, let it burn, let it go, I don't care, let it float away, let it be. And then you're being practical in some sense with that Capricorn energy. Okay, I've earned this. I've done this, I've created this, so it's my decision to decide what I'm going to do with it, how I want to move forward with whatever you're dealing with. I am getting a sense with this Sagittarian energy of passion, desire, ready to explore, go try new things. This is telling me right here, it's more about your thoughts, about your ideas, wanting to go after something here. Beautiful energy. I absolutely love that for you. All right, so let's go ahead and see what else we have going on here. I have the, can't remember what it's called now. It's the Forest Oracle messages here. Oracle of the Forest. Okay, it's actually the Sacred Forest Oracle deck here, Denise Lynn. All right, let's go ahead and see what we have here for you. What is the message going to come out here? Oracle message for you today, my loves. We have the Hummingbird Spirit, Joy, card number 22. Again, this is you gaining your wings, setting yourself free, allowing yourself to explore. And it's in the tiny things. It's not necessarily a great, big, huge change that you want to make in your life. It's not a great, big, monstrous undertaking that you're looking at. These are minor things. Hair color changes, maybe the style of jeans that you wear, or the type of shoes that you've been wearing. It could even be, I'm hearing for some of you, how you're decorating your house. Maybe you've always had this dark furniture look, and you've always been good with that, but you're looking for something a little bit lighter. You're not taking out the dark furniture. That would be wasteful. That would be ridiculous. It's a beautiful thing. And if you have quality furniture, never give that up. Never, ever give up good quality furniture, because it's so hard to find these days. But yeah, so maybe adding in brighter curtains, or throwing in some pillows with color, putting in a bright rug. You're transforming little things that may be affecting down the road big things, the way the overall energy feels. But who explores but the hummingbird, flitting from this to that, trying a little bit of this and trying a little bit of that. And I do feel that energy coming through here, and it is going to bring you joy. It says so right there. Let's go ahead and see what Denise Lynn has to say about this. This is a newer deck to me. That's what I'm picking up from this. And it says in here that open your heart to celebration and some fun. Who told you that you need to suffer in order to grow? Your soul will expand in leaps and bounds through following your bliss and expressing your love. Embrace life, yourself, and others in the moment. If you have been waiting until circumstances are different before you allow yourself to experience joy, you might just have a very long wait, like a lifetime of waiting and wasting. Life is always changing. If you do not follow your bliss now and your happiness and be happy in the moment, when will you ever? It is your choice. Your purpose in life is to experience happiness, new things, joy, bliss. Take the steps necessary toward that at this time while still protecting your personal boundaries. You don't need to do everything all at once. Again, the room where you're just changing it up. Maybe you're changing up a haircut, length even. All right. But it does require that you need to do something, to take a start, to take a leap of faith. And, if you're taking a minor one, you're going to discover as you put those colorful pillows in your room that you actually like more color. And it's going to lead to more and more success, more and more desire to move forward, to experience joy. Although hummingbirds are small, they are capable of traveling great distances, and they can even fly backwards. Their presence is a reminder that life is not just about reaching the destination, it's about the joy of the journey. Hummingbirds visit an average of 1,000 flowers a day. Wow. I did not know that about hummingbirds, and I know a lot about hummingbirds. Because they expend tremendous amounts of energy, it's necessary to have periodic times of rest. Follow their example and remember to replenish yourself. And replenishing yourself can be a nap or trying something new, a little bit of something. Take a step back from it and see what the results are. The spirit of the hummingbird says, replenish yourself. True happiness comes from following your soul. Life is change. Be open to change and look for joy in those moments. Find your boundaries and stand strong. Discover your joy because everything is okay. Everything in life is fine. All right, let's go ahead and get into your tarot reading here. All right, let's go ahead and see what we have as your message today. I hope all of you are happy, healthy, and having some fun, getting out, exploring, finding some joy in the smaller moments of life. And like I said earlier, the more you experience the joy, the happiness, the more often you're going to want to seek that joy. The more you're going to find of that joy. I was watching the Boho Cottage again the other day, and she was talking about how she notices, and we all do this, we notice the negative pretty quickly. People arguing, people yelling at each other, people being mean to other people. And then she decided she wanted to focus on finding the happiness, the joy, the positivity around her. And she said that once she started seeing the first thing, the second thing, the third thing, all of a sudden, everything she was seeing was much happier, much more positive. She was seeing and noticing less of the arguments, less of the cars beeping their horns. Okay, so it's truly where we focus our attention. So look for the joy, the little simple things that make you feel happy. It could be you sitting there in the sun drinking your latte. It can be as simple as that. All right, what do we have here as your overall energy? The Page of Swords. You're accepting some sort of truth here. Look how this sword is facing down. You haven't quite made a commitment to this understanding, to this truth, to this idea, because your hands are not actually touching this sword. Once you grab hold of that idea, you're going to move forward with it. But right now, you're still toying around with it, exploring, feeling things out, checking it out, seeing how it feels. Does this feel like something I want to pursue or not? Yep, the challenge here is taking that leap of faith, trying something new, trying something different. You've got the Page of Swords and the Fool card here. Yeah, so it is definitely about being willing to take a chance. You have a little bit of trepidation about falling off a cliff. You know what? You're not going to know if you're going to fall off the cliff until you do. Okay, so I'm not telling you to take chances that are dangerous, but what happens, and I have another deck, and it's called the After Tarot, and in it, it shows the Fool hanging from the ledge by his fingertips. But beneath him is the ground. Right beneath him, just inches below him, is the ground. So even when you think that you've got some big, scary chasm in front of you, 9 times out of 10, you're going to discover that really it's not. There's people around you who will support you. Even if you were to attempt something and not be successful at it, yes, you're always going to have those, whatever you want to call them, haters, negative Nellies, whatever you want to call them. And I don't like using Nelly, but Nelly's not a common name anymore. Like I don't like using the word Karens to describe somebody. Karen doesn't deserve that, okay? So anyways, you will find support, whether it's your own, you find your own confidence, your own courage, your own bravery, or spirit strength, okay? Strengthen your religious beliefs, your spiritual beliefs, or actual physical people around you who are there to support you when you stumble. 9 times out of 10, the people around us actually do want to support us. It's when we don't include them in our journey that they feel kind of bent. They feel bent out of shape. They feel a little bit, well, they didn't include me. They didn't ask my advice. They didn't want to talk to me until they failed, and we get miffed by those things. Don't include your people to a certain degree. You don't have to take the advice that they give you. But if you sit there and say, hey, I'm thinking about, and I'm talking with your closest people, okay, those you trust, your family. All right, I'm thinking of trying this. Do you have any wisdom with this? Do you have any knowledge of this? Where can I go to get more information? That type of thing, okay? And just say, hey, I'm on a new journey. I want to undertake this on my own. I don't want you to tell me how to do it. But if you have some information that might save me from stumbling and falling on my face, I would love to hear that, okay? And be open to receiving that information. They're not going to tell you how to do it. I hope they don't tell you exactly how to do it. They may. And you know what? You get to listen to that information and decide if that's going to work for you step by step. Or as you're listening, you realize, there's something here, but it's not exactly what they're saying. So you do it your way. All right, what have we got here? Nope, Spirit saying that's not for you. That was the Moon card in reverse. All right, here it is. The Ace of Wands. And the Three of Pentacles was not, it didn't come out. All right, so you have a desire. You're thinking about how to move forward. You see the challenges here. There's a snake wrapped around the wrist of the divine offering this to you. But this is a little garden snake or garter snake, whichever way you want to call it. It's just a little harmless garden snake that you'll find out in your garden that literally eats the bad bugs, okay, the bad insects in your yard. May eat a mouse or a vole or a mole or something small that actually benefits you. So don't always assume that the cliff is a big cliff, okay, or that something scary to you is as scary as it is. That's what Spirit's advice is here for you as you're thinking through these things. Do not let your tiny fears, even if you think they're huge, big fears, do not let those things stop you from moving forward, from taking the chance on yourself. All right, so you are thinking about this, how to move forward. You're looking at it carefully, you're not overthinking this. There is absolutely no overthinking right now. All right, let's move forward and see what else we have here. Spirit, what do you have as the foundation of this situation? We have the Seven of Wands, boundaries. Oh, look at that. And that came up in the Hummingbird Spirit card. Know your boundaries. Know your limits. Know how far you're willing to go before you take the first step. Okay. Oh, I love that for you. Maybe in the past you had some sort of idea, I want to do this, and you just impetuously went out and bought all these different color pillows and brought them home to that dark room, and it felt like chaos. Okay. Think a little bit about, okay, if I take on this thing here, how far do I go with it before I say, oh, maybe I need to change direction? or before I allow somebody to act a certain way towards me. What if I get started down this in a relationship or something here, and this person starts to say things I don't like, and they've been perfect up until now. They've been really good. They haven't said anything negative. What are your limits? Okay. Do you stop that right away? Yes, please do. Don't, even after the first incident, during the first incident, ask yourself or ask them, was that meant to hurt me? Wait a minute here. And then just be quiet. Okay. But yeah, so this is the foundation here, is that there may not have been some sort of limitations, maybe on how much money you were going to spend on redecorating, how quickly you were going to move forward with something. This is about not how things are going to happen, but where you're going to kind of draw that line is what I'm getting here. You have to know what you're after and how far you want to go. I'm also getting here, look at this. You've got the 7 of Swords with the Ace of Swords, and that equals 8 swords. And I'm getting something here about communication and taking action. Communication is about the exchange of information. So maybe if you live with somebody, a spouse, a roommate, a friend, whatever you want to call it, a relative, before you go and do this, have that conversation. Hey, how much can we do? How much are you willing to go in on this? What's your part in this? Again, it is about knowing yourself and how far you're willing to go. And there is a need here. There is a need for some sort of restraint, limitation, but only in the sense so that when you reach that limit, you know it. Okay. And you can say, oh, okay, I remember I said I'm not spending over $150. Okay. I'm at $152 right now. I need to draw back until I can get another $150 together. Okay. Then I can start again. So it's to protect yourself. This is a way to protect yourself from going overboard. Let's see what the immediate future brings in here for you. This 9 of Swords. And look at the dark purples here. What's on the... Okay, 2 of Cups is on the bottom of the deck. Going with this 9 of Swords, the fear. And this is about people talking. See the bees coming in here? It's like all these things that you hear other people saying. No, you shouldn't do this. No, yes, you should do this. You have to do that. Anytime you hear somebody tell you have to, must, should, take that with a grain of salt and think about whether or not it actually is something that must be done, has to be done, should be done. Okay? Even if I say it, and I know I catch myself occasionally saying those words, and I don't believe in telling anybody how they should live their lives or what they have to do. Now, I sometimes will say, if you are wanting to make this change, you may have to do this. Does not mean you have to, okay? So keep that in mind. But this right here, this 9 of Swords is like, it's kind of like you can't stop the chatter. You can't stop the gossip. I mean, some of these things are true. And it's okay if it's true. Oh, what am I getting here? I just got a message of something that happened to me recently, and it's meant to give you an example here. You put your head down. Okay, you had an argument with somebody during the day. You didn't plan to have that argument with them, okay? And it happened in front of other people. Now, it wasn't a loud screaming match or anything else. It was like a quick, you said something, they took it, nothing else. Okay. You go to lay your head down at night and you keep hearing those words and you keep thinking about what other people are saying about this, even though nobody else has said anything. Okay. So this is where you have to heal from this. You have to understand. Oh, there I go again. There's that word have to. If you are desiring to heal from this energy of fear of what other people are saying, okay, being overwhelmed by the ideas of what people are saying, when nobody has actually said anything yet. The best thing for you to do is to tell yourself, I will wait until I actually hear that person say something. So whether it's the person you were talking to or if it was somebody around you. And you are probably going to discover that the people around you, first of all, are going to let it go. They're not going to care. They don't even, whatever happened between you and that other person, that was between you and that other person. They got these other people watching. They have enough going on in their life that they don't care what's happening in yours. Now, there are those of you out there who have very negative people around you, drama-filled people. I'm not talking about you. They're going to talk all the time. The best thing that you can do for yourself is to learn how not to worry about them. That's throughout this whole situation. Okay? Take and tell yourself you're a good person. If you're putting your head down and all of a sudden you're hearing all the words of the day, all the negative stuff going on, people chitter-chattering, people talking, whatever it is, the best thing to do is find alignment within yourself and say, you know what? I'm a human being. I may have made a mistake. And if I have, I will take care of it. I will take care of it. If I have to go apologize to somebody, I'll go apologize to somebody. But don't just apologize for the sake of thinking you're wrong, because maybe you were actually right. All right, let's move on. Let's move on here. Let's see what we've got. I am being told, I'm being asked to give you something else. I heard ruined stone, but that's not quite right. Okay, yep, this is it. Why right in the middle of a reading? I don't know what the importance is. All right. You've got tired, warrior god. Okay, so about act with courage and conviction now, and victory will be yours. Your faith may be tested. It doesn't say your faith will be tested. It says it may be. But if you are resolute, you will reach your goals. So proceed with skill and wisdom. See, that's what I was talking about. You may feel like you've done something horribly wrong when you really haven't. Okay, so your faith in yourself, your higher power, your own wisdom. Okay, so maybe you declared the sky is blue. You know it's true, but somebody comes back and says, what the heck? Are you nuts? People around you are like, where is this coming from? Why do they think the sky is blue? But you know the sky is blue. Okay, so again, have your faith. Be assured of your own character, who you are, your own wisdom. All right, and the tree associated with that is the oak. And it says here, if this were to be reversed, okay, so this is a different perspective on this topic. It says you must, and there's that word must, okay? We don't like that. You must believe in your vision. It would be best if you believed in your vision and your ability to defend it from adversity if you are to succeed, okay? There is a need for conviction here, but it's up to you. Can you believe in your vision and your ability to defend it? There it is, that Seven of Wands right there. Okay, let's move on. So that's interesting how that message needed to come out right here, right now. I don't think I've ever been called to give you something different in the middle of the tarot reading. How intriguing. Okay, let's move on. Oh, goodness. Here we go again. Me with the butterfingers. Are your fingertips cold? Because all of a sudden my fingertips feel very cold. Let's see what the past influences are here. What caused this situation to occur? Yeah, let's see what the past... Oh, look at that. The Two of Cups again. And the Three of Cups. So there could be a belief that friends, okay, acted like they knew more than you did. They acted like they were your friend, but they weren't truly in alignment with you. I'm also hearing, oh, this is different. This is very, very different. I'm getting a message here that some people around you that you thought were friends, okay, now this could be people at work, in your neighborhood, friends that you actually get together and do things with on a regular basis, family members. I'm getting a message here that somebody was giving you a bunch of advice, and maybe that's why there's hesitation here. And that's wise. Hesitation is wise when receiving advice. That somebody around you, maybe, you felt like they had your back, but there could have been a touch of envy, a touch of jealousy, or just misguided belief in what they were telling you. Okay, so it doesn't have to be intentional that they gave you this information and it didn't work out. It could have been misguided information. It could have been they fully believed it at the time, but it did not align with you. I'm also getting that it could have possibly disrupted a very healthy relationship that you were in. So I am getting a touch of, and I know this is not for everybody, a little bit of an element here of a friend who said something that caused you to walk away from a partner before you really got to know them, or another friend, or a job. You walked away from something because they told you it was not right for you. All right, let's see what we have here. 4 of Cups, in the past influence. You were unhappy about something. You didn't like the results of what happened. And look, we have the 3 of Cups right here in front of you. Again, I'm getting that somebody thought they may have been doing something right by you, but it wasn't right. Now, I am getting something here about somebody cheated on you, or at least somebody said that your person was a cheater, cheated on you, or was going to let you down. Okay. And you felt like this was a friend, so you believed them. And then you find out later that person was not anything, whatever the situation was. It doesn't even have to be a person. It could have been somebody telling you, oh, you don't want to work for that company. They're horrible. Okay. They could have had a bad manager and gotten rid of them by the time you heard this news. Anyways, I don't feel, for the most part, I don't feel like it was intentional. Maybe somebody around you did tell you that you were not capable of doing something, that your ideas were crazy, were nuts, whatever here. Okay. And you just felt like this. This is how you felt. Sitting on under a mushroom, feeling depleted and sad, but you're just hiding. You're making yourself small, and that's not good. Okay. We need to take that leap of faith. We need to get our courage back up. We need to know our limits, what we will allow ourselves to believe. Ask yourself this question. When somebody tells you something, ask them where they got their information from. I'd like to check that out. And if you remember that we're all human beings and we do not have guides other than our higher power and our gods to guide us. Okay, so everything that we know about being a human being comes from human beings. All right. Because human beings wrote the Bible. Human beings wrote the dictionary. Human beings wrote the encyclopedia. All right. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with those things. I'm just saying ask where people get their information from, because your wisdom and your knowledge of the situation may be the same as theirs, different from theirs. It doesn't mean it's better or lesser. All right. What do we have here is how you view yourself in this situation. Secure. Your self-esteem is strong. You're building it. You're gaining confidence. You're not sitting here in that past energy of not willing to take a chance, of not being willing to put your some energy into your ideas. No, you're feeling confident. You're feeling secure. You're ready to create abundance. It's not started yet. Your rabbit is sitting here upright, looking around, going, okay, which direction do I want to go in? But you haven't taken the action yet. You haven't put, I'm hearing words to the metal, mettle. That doesn't even make sense. So I'm not sure. And yes, I am hearing put the pedal to the metal. Like you haven't put your foot on the gas pedal of a car to get things moving forward. Could be an analogy there too. But you're feeling confident and you're not feeling rushed, and you're thinking things through, and you understand that as the Queen of Pentacles, you have support around you, whether it's spiritual or physical. All right. Let's see what your environment is offering up for you. Look at, there you go, my Libras. You've got the Tower again. Okay, now towers are not to be feared. I hope you've learned that on this channel. They're ways to waken ourselves up to something so that something better can come in. Okay, it's meant for us to see something different, tear something down. Remember at the very beginning of this message, when I was talking about the Scorpio and the Capricorn energy there on the Zodiac dice, about watching it burn, letting it go. It's your thoughts, it's your creation. You get to decide what you're going to do with it. Look, there's that Tower doing exactly that. But there's a safety net here below you. All right, so as it's happening, you do have support that we were talking about at the beginning of your tarot reading. And look where this is. The Ten of Pentacles. Okay, this is not something where you are, oh no, this has been long term. This is something where you've got family, friends, community around you, supportive characters, long-term commitments here. So trust those that have proven themselves to you through the test of time. Just because somebody is family or blood, let's put it that way, just because somebody is blood does not make them good family, okay? And just because you've got people outside of your blood relationships, they may feel like family for the longest time. You just have to know who you can trust and who you can't. That's where you have to understand who you are with that Seven of Wands. And you're definitely gaining that courage, that strength. Even if it's been tested recently, you're finding it again. Because you are understanding that without at least attempting something, you're never going to be able to grow. You're going to get stuck in this belief system, this pattern, this routine that does not make you happy. Stuck in a rut. Now I pulled this card out because I had the Ten of Pentacles laying across it, the Tower card, covering just a little bit of the right hand side, and for some reason this up here looked like a dragon to me. So there could be something about dragon energy, year of the dragon energy. Maybe it was a dragon, something mystical, almost mystical. Like you don't know how you gain this courage. You don't know how this information came to you. You don't know how it feels almost miraculous that you have this support, that you have these people around you, and you're being grateful for that. There is gratitude here and appreciation and a willingness to lend a helping hand or give it when needed. And if you notice, this is the Queen of Pentacles sitting there in the Ten of Pentacles card. Here she is, out in nature, alone, sitting on her throne with a pentacle right over her abdomen, okay? Her root chakra there. In the Ten of Pentacles, she has and she's in the Queen of Pentacles, she's holding it. She's embracing it. Here, okay, we have the Nine of Pentacles. We have 8 pentacles behind her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pentacles. Thoughts, thinking about what you want to grow, what you want to keep, what you want to let go of. And then you have 1 on her lap, which is what I really wanted to draw your attention to. She's got one hand out to her lover or a good friend. We don't really know. We assume it's her spouse or whatever, partner, and possibly her child, but it does not have to be. Okay, these could be friends. These could be nieces and nephews. This could be a neighbor coming in here offering a pentacle. The dog is holding a pentacle. So there's something here. Okay, there's definitely something here of trust, of loyalty, of understanding. The 7 of Pentacles behind her head. I never noticed that. I was always thinking that that was 9 and she had the 1 in her lap, but I noticed here the elder coming in with the wizard's robe. Okay. So there's, look at that. The Sagittarius sign is on here. The Scorpio sign is on here. Now we have Taurus, okay, showing, which is another earth energy like Capricorn. Oh my goodness. And look at the information that is coming through just from taking the time to slow down and look at things. Just pausing, okay? And I'm getting an image of somebody sitting out in nature, and you're just looking out over your backyard, which you've looked out over a million times before, but all of a sudden you're seeing it differently. You're seeing, oh, look at that plant over there. What is that little thing over there? And you're scrutinizing. Oh, yeah, definitely support around you that maybe you did not see before. Seeing things from a different perspective. Anytime we get a tower moment, it's an awakening. It's a shock. It's a surprise. But it always comes with awareness. Okay, and because there is that safety net below you and you've got the Ten of Pentacles with this card, that is what this is about. You have those people around you that are supportive. All right, let's go ahead and see what's hidden. What is hidden here? What is it you may not know? You might feel it. You might see it out of the corner of your eye, or you may not know this at all. Oh, a big change is coming. Chariot and the King of Wands. Yes, you're moving forward bravely, boldly, but you're taking your time. You're also taking your time. Fire energy here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you've got, look at that. That's Mars in Sagittarius energy. A lot of Sagittarius energy here. Exploration, okay? Thinking things through. You've got Mars in Aries with a King of Wands. Fiery warrior god. Aries is the warrior god. You know what I'm saying? It's the beginner. It's the person who, the fool, the pioneer, the first sign of the Zodiac, moving forward. There's change coming here, and it's through your own determination to have abundance. You're taking all of your abundance with you, all of the experiences, all the things that you have, and growing that. But this is going to happen through your determination, your desire to move forward. Again, I'm getting that image of let it burn now. Spirit's also saying be cautious. Don't make the great, big, huge change. You know, you don't have to burn the house down in order to remodel. You know, you can move a door. You can change your windows. You can change your pillows. You don't have to burn the house down in order to make the changes. I know this is clicking for some of you. If that's you, go ahead. Let me know in the comments. Put a hands up, or you got it straight, or whatever. Yeah, Laurie, you're reading me good. It's not me reading you, it's Spirit. I'm just the messenger. All right, let's go ahead and see what we have here as your outcome. Look at this. Ooh, boom. Empress energy here. Confidence, creativity. You do decide to move forward. Now you've taken the action. You've taken the action. You've put something to the test. Maybe you tried it. Maybe you bought one pillow, a bright pink or yellow pillow, or a beautiful blue pillow in that dark room. Or maybe you changed your curtains to something a little bit, one little thing. Okay. And you're putting it to the test. And here it is. You're gestating on it. You're sitting there thinking about it. You're looking at it more, differently. Oh, I love this. You're putting your feelers out, but you're also not allowing anyone else's comments to affect your judgment on whether or not you like this. If this is something you want to grow, you're counting on your own wisdom here, your own feelings, your own energy, owning your own Empress energy. And that's what the channel name is. I'm not your Empress. It's you owning your Empress energy. And that's what you're doing right here. I love that you've got the Book of Wisdom. You've got the pillows for comfort and ease and cushioning. Cushioning is those people around us that are supportive. You've got nourishment with water. You've got cleansing too, healing with the water. You have food, okay? And you also have a scythe. SCYTHE, scythe, below you here on the ground to cut away any chafe. You don't need it right now. Okay, you don't need it. It's resting, but it's there if you do. All right, and you've got your hand over your abdomen again, just like we see in the Queen of Pentacles. So you have grown. You're growing. Whatever idea you're planting here, it's coming. It's in gestation. Okay, it's not going to come to fruition in this message, in this time period, but it is something that is developing. Look at that. Ace of Cups is on the bottom of the deck. Seven of Swords, Three of Wands, Seven of Pentacles. Sevens, oh, and what was that? The Knight of Cups. Okay, so healing. Definitely moving forward. Love, if you're seeking love, could be in here, but you are taking, you're changing something up here. That is coming through very strongly. You're changing something up. So maybe it's who you were dating. Maybe it's how you see your relationship. If you've been in a long-term relationship, maybe things haven't been great. Okay, maybe you haven't been satisfied. You're asking yourself, what's one thing I can do that might bring in more joy to this relationship? Okay, if I try that and it doesn't work, I'm going to try this over here because I want joy in my relationships. I want happiness in my workplace. I want to feel comfortable in my home. And those desires, coupled with the ability to take those little steps, to take action on your own ideas, is what's going to bring you that joy. All right, let's go ahead and see what your angel number is for today. We're already at 41 minutes. So I do apologize for the length of this one, but definitely an important message for you. All right, I'm going to try to put out 3 messages a day. We're going to have your daily, okay, which is going to be probably 40 minutes. We're going to really get into it, get it checked out. I'm going to try to put out something around 11 minutes, 10 minutes for you. And then I if I can, I'll figure out how to get a, like, for everyone, all signs message in every day. All right, you've gotten here the 0000, so 4 zeros. The limitless potential is before you. This is time to take a reset, relax, just surrender. Take that leap of faith. Be in, okay, I'm seeing the word finish line here, the words finish line. And what I'm getting from that is to have a vision. The boundaries. Where do I want to take that? What is the finish line? How do I know that I've achieved the goal that I've set for myself? Beautiful. There's success here. There is victory. Okay. It serves as a timely reminder that anything can be accomplished. That's what this number means for you. If you can dream it, there is absolutely no reason that you cannot make it a real reality. Okay. So if you dream it, it will come. You can make it happen. All right. If another person has already achieved what you are trying to achieve, and I'm not talking about like getting a particular person or anything like that, but if they've gone out and they've done something, ask yourself why they can do it. No, that's not the way to say that. If somebody else has done it, then there's no reason you can't. Okay. It might be a financial reason. Okay. However, if the desire is strong enough and you allow spirit to bring things to you so that you can have the desires you want, you'll find the money when you need it. It will be there for you. All right. So if somebody else has achieved this goal, then it's doable by anybody else who has a strong enough desire. That's exactly how spirit wanted that said. So just stay calm. Keep your focus. Okay. Right here, the Ace of Wands. Count on the support that you have around you, whether it's spiritual or physical. And count on your own wisdom, your own experiences, your own gut feelings. What's meant for you is not going to pass you by. You might not latch onto it right away. Okay. It's still there waiting for you. So let go of the stress, let go of the tension. Take a chance here, a little chance. Try the little thing first. All right, so that's what we have there as your angel number. We're going to put that over here because I am being told to get you an animal. Nope, we're getting you a moon oracle message. Ooh, okay. What are we going to finish this message with? We are going to finish with an animal spirit message, so stick around for that. But what is the moon message here? We have patience. Be patient with yourself. Now it says green corn moon here. I'm pretty sure I know what that means, but I'd like to check this. And look at all the green I've changed up to spring here. The season, spring and green. Okay, so let me check something. All right, so this is card 36, which is a 9, green corn moon, and it's about patience. And it says here, to enjoy the journey, not just the destination. So even though you know what the boundaries are, how you're going to recognize when you've accomplished your goal, all right, remember to enjoy the process of getting there. The time may have come for you to learn patience and avoid the lure of instant gratification. So again, not going out and changing up the whole room and burning the house down, but starting small, one step at a time. Slow down, take your time. Things are happening. You may not be able to see it quite yet, okay? Be loving and patient with yourself. And it says here, you can use this as your positive mantra. I take my time to enjoy the journey. Maybe write that on a mirror, on your whiteboard, on your fridge, wherever, so that you can remind yourself that you're enjoying those moments. Here we are back to that boho cottage analogy that started this message of seeing the positive. Okay, I take my time to enjoy the journey. So finding those things that make us feel joy, make us feel happy, and that we realize that as we're going after our ideas and trying to bring them into this world, into reality, that it's the process. It's not just the end result. Beautiful. I absolutely love that. Patience is a kind of faith in foreseeing. We might see the seed. Here we are, the Queen of Pentacles there. She's holding on to it. But we foresee the degree at the end. Wait, I'm sorry. We might see the seed, but we foresee the flower. Okay, so in other words, you can see the seed, but we imagine what the flower will look like. Okay, so we have an idea of what this is going to be at the end. However, we might see the book on the table, but we can imagine the degree at the end, okay, if we take time to study, if we read the books. All right, if we think physically, we might feel the pain of hard work, but we might envision and have faith in the muscle and fitness levels that we are building. Patience is a way of experiencing the process of fruition. All right, so patience is a way of experiencing the here and the now and the journey, the process of manifestation, the process of fruition. For some of us, we choose what is quick and easy. And we all do that throughout our lives. From time to time, we do choose the quick and easy. We have to sometimes. But if we consistently do that, then it's going to become more of a habit that we don't want. All right. We may choose activities we know we will be good at. Easy peasy. Don't have to put any effort into that. These things don't challenge us, okay? And over time, there is no great achievement. We're just getting whatever you put in is what you get out. Garbage in, garbage out. If you know what I'm referring to, drop it in the comments. All right. So even if we're good at those things, we still don't get a sense of satisfaction. We don't achieve anything because it's something we already know how to do. More difficult is a kind of patience in mastery, where the skills or learning take time to build, okay, one on the other. So again, changing that room, changing the relationship, changing your belief system. It's all taking that first step, slowly processing here, gestating, looking at it. Is this working for me? Is this going to be what I imagine it to be? And can I allow spirit to bring it to me in the time that is right for this manifestation? Ooh, for this desire. All right. So it says here, more difficult is a kind of patience and mastery where the skills or learning take time to build. And this is where the beauty of patience is born. Look at that, the Empress energy. I was pointing at that before even saying it. When we truly understand the power of patience, that's when we understand the power of gaining something incredibly deep and embedded, rather than the quick hit of dopamine, of instant gratification. There is great power in moving slowly, taking our time to process, to enjoy. There is also the lifelong benefit of the power. Okay, that's that 10 of Pentacles coming here. Of trusting that you can hold a focus for a time for something big. So here's the Ace of Wands. You're thinking about it. Now you're moving towards it, and you're having faith in your ability to do that. For some of us, learning a physical skill enables us to fall in love with our bodies again, seeing it change and try over and over again. We recognize there is magnificence in everything, that all the weirdness, the wonkiness, the strength, the weaknesses we experience. And then comes the inherent wisdom that we gain. We get to feel the process and the miracle. And if our body doesn't quite get it, or our minds don't latch onto it the first time, and we run out of patience, well, that's when our negative things start showing up in our life again. All right. After experiencing those negative moments, what are you going to do? Okay. Throw compassion and trust at it. Say that's just part of the process. The compassion that it is doing its best right now. That you are doing the best you can right now. That the situation is at the best it can be in this moment. In another breath, it could be totally different. So just be compassionate towards yourself and the situation or the other person. Okay, and it will get you to where you want to go, even if that is eventually. Okay, 10 of Pentacles is not quick, it's long term. All right, the green corn moon is encouraging us to watch for growth and enjoy patiently the journey that we are on. While we may not yet be at fruition, it's still gestating, we are on the way. All right, the companion stone or metal here would be jade. Okay, so the companion stone would be a piece of jade. You could keep that in your pocket as a reminder that your ideas will come to fruition if you are patient with yourself and enjoy the process. Let's get you a spirit animal card here. We're going to do the small one today. Let's see what we have here for you. What a beautiful message. I hope I can come up with a title befitting. I think I'm going to start a contest and ask you guys to come up with the best title for a video that you watch. Give me the title that I used, and then you give me a better one, and maybe I'll give away a reading or something. So yeah, drop a comment if you've got one in mind where you were like, man, you should have called this video this. You know, this message this, because that would have gotten my attention right away. Go ahead and drop that, but tell me what the actual video was, what I called it, and what you think it should be called. All right. And if I get enough interest, I will run it out there and we will do a giveaway of some sort. All right. Lizard regeneration. As a survivor, you, my loves, are unparalleled. You've been through so much. You have your own wisdom. No matter what has happened to you, you have been able to already adapt because you're still here. Okay, that is your ability to adapt. So embrace the transformation, Scorpio, Capricorn energy there. Put on your new cloak. Put on, take that new chance, the new clothes, the new pillow, the new whatever. Put it on. Try it out. You are a master of regeneration. Absolutely love that message for you. All right, if you're interested in a personal reading, oh boy, I have to go here. Email me. I will send you all the details, okay? You know that I said I was going to run a special for those of you on my email list. Unfortunately, my Microsoft Office expired because it was on my ex's account. I did not know to renew it. I let it lapse, and I'm having all kinds of trouble getting it back on my computer. Right at the moment when I need it the most. These are life's little challenges. What are we going to do with it? I will get through it. Just like, even if I had a moment in my last video where I was like, I'm just ready to give up. We all feel that way. Have I given up? No, I'm still doing this channel. I'm not a quitter. Okay. So don't worry about that. But my point here is I was going to send out an email letting you all know what the special is. Okay. If you want to know what the special pricing is for a personal reading to celebrate my birthday is April 8th. Okay. That's coming up in just a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, I believe, 2.5 weeks. Let's see, a little over 2.5 weeks. So from March 21st, which I know is already passed, through April 21st, I am going to run a special price. Okay. It will be a one question. Email me. I will send you the details. That's the only way it can be fair, because I said I would do it for those who were on my email list, and I'll see if I can find you on my email list. But if you're interested, just let me know. Let me celebrate my birthday by gifting you a special price on personal readings. Okay? Love you guys to pieces, and thank you for your patience. I appreciate you being here. I love you to pieces. Bye-bye.